Morning, Steve Freed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, this morning, most of the grain news is relatively quiet. We saw a little bit lower trade overnight. I think in the wheat market, we're seeing just a little bit of profit taking after yesterday's big gains. In the wheat market yesterday, there were rumors that both China and maybe even Egypt might come in and buy some wheat. And given the recent break in futures, U.S. prices are the cheapest in the world, so that caused some short covering in the wheat. Corn kind of followed a little bit yesterday, mostly on anticipation of perhaps USDA may not change the S&Ds on April 10th as much as the March 1 stocks suggest. And I think also corn was following the wheat market. Beans broke yesterday fairly hard. I think the market was kind of getting in line with the break that we saw recently in corn and also in wheat. And also some feelings that maybe the South American situation might improve as far as export logistics is concerned, and that because of word of bird flu in China, their demand for soybeans might decline. Overnight, didn't really see any new news on that, but in the financial markets, there is a lot of activity. The dollar is sharply higher. The Bank of Japan started an aggressive easing pattern, which is weighing on the yen. There was some business data out of Europe that's hurting the euro dollar, so we're seeing the dollar sharply higher, and that's weighing on some commodity prices. Export sales data today should be on the light side for corn, beans, and wheat, and we'll be watching to see if there's any new sales to China, either new crop wheat, new crop corn, or new crop beans. From a weather standpoint, we're supposed to get this rain event starting early next week across the Midwest. We are seeing a warmer tendency for temperatures at least into the weekend, but next week we also might go back into a little bit more of a cooler pattern. Mid-April on, the weather forecast looks a little better for spring field work, so we'll have to kind of watch that pretty closely. As always, these are my thoughts, not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.
See you